time, we have to move it a little bit faster. Okay, so today would be our online last class. So I'll be covering the remaining part of the chapter, and let me start. I'll share you my slides, then I'll start it. Today we are going to discuss a chapter relating to the safety and security of investment in debt and bond, or any other forms of investment. Now the question comes, how to know what is the credibility of the company, and accordingly we need to know how to invest, where to invest, and all. So for this, there is an arrangement to understand the credit worthiness or safety and security of my fund. That is what we wanted to know. What is the rating status, right? Like, educational institutions, we are having ratings, NAC ratings, as well as affiliations, and mostly we consider it as a NAC rating for us. And from that, we can understood, oh, this is really very good. Like that also, when we go to any restaurant, we also check the rating. Is it out of 5? If it is 4.5 rating and all those things, it is there, then we feel, okay, this must be a good one. Even if when we are buying through online also, we check the rating, whatever things. So now this is an era of rating, which guides us, which gives information about the credit worthiness or investment worthiness or safety and security. So friends, I'll be discussing on this part today, and I'll also discuss some part of the mergers and acquisition. Then when we'll meet, whatever things are there, we can discuss. Okay. So without wasting time, friends, let me start. The credit rating, and who are the agencies that are providing these services? What is the arrangement? What are the roles of the legislative bodies? This agents गुड़ाको आज हमें discussion करेगा. आपण माने मो slides को देखी पारछंती? Is it visible to all of you? Yes. Okay, thank you. So this part is there only, nothing great, only small part is there in the syllabus. Meaning, necessity, and the methodology, or we call process of credit rating. This part we will be discussing. So friends, as we know, the companies and financial institutions, public sector enterprise, local bodies, and other, they raise funds from the domestic as well as international money or capital market by using debt instrument, right? So equity, we understood that we are going to take risk, but debt, why you are investing? I mean, the loan, debt related, bond, debenture related, investment karuchu. We expect an assured return, and that is the reason why there is a fixed rate of interest. Fixed rate of interest and fixed tenure is given, right? So you must have studied cost of debt, how it is calculated, and all those things. So when I'm investing in debt instrument, which must be rated by a rating agency, it is a mandate. It is a mandate that every corporate companies, financial institutions, and whomsoever they are issuing a debt instrument, there must which are rated by the rating agencies. Investor also, investors like us also, we like to make our investment decision based on credit rating instrument. आमे जेतले देखुछु their rating कोन अछि, out of 5 if it is 4.5 or 4.9, we feel it is secure and safety. That is the reason the same mode also we used to follow in the financial instrument or debt instrument, and we check the credit rating. So investors, they feel very delighted when they look at the rating, and accordingly they take the decision whether to invest or not. So credit rating plays a very significant role in all credit as well as investment decisions. It signifies the status of ability to pay or reputation about solvency and capacity to pay. ये जो rating हमें देखुचु, that speaks about जो मु जो investment करिछि, टंकाटे investment करिछि, 1000 टका investment करिछि debt instrument particularly, से जो कंपनी रे investment करिछि तारो paying capacity, repaying capacity अछि कि नहीं, solvency अछि कि नहीं, तार reputation भलो अछि कि नहीं. So आमे देखुछु जे बहुत highest rating पाइछि, हम जानले जे हां there is a safer. So it is nothing, rating is nothing but estimated worth or value. Rating is nothing but estimated worth or value in terms of symbolic grade. In terms of symbolic grade. That means what a symbol to other. आमे आपण मान देखिथिबे बेले बेले गोटे R लिखा है registered trademark. आमे authentic feel करू, right? BSI था, आई जो food product रे फासी था. So we check सेटा अछि कि नहीं. If it is there, then we feel very delighted about the safety and security. And that also speaks about the reputation of the company. So it is nothing but estimated worth or value in terms of symbolic grade given to a person's or organization's ability to pay back the loan raised. ता पाखरे जो लोन से नहीं छि हमटू ता पाखरे ability अछि कि नहीं ए रेटिंग रु हमें जान दे परिबा with the help of financial position of the individual and organization. So गोटे कंपनी जतल डेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट डिवेंचर और बॉन्ड इश्यू करूची, आम जनता पाई आम पाखरे एतटा इंफॉर्मेशन नाही न थाए कि आम एते जानि न थाउ जे बैलेंस शीट को स्टडी करबो से ये करबो से आम पाखरे एते ज्ञान न थाए. आमे गोटिए सिंबल रु जान दे परिबा जे एई जो रेटिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अछि इन इंडिया रे अछंती इंटरनेशनल रेटिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अछि, दैट विल डिस्कस. ये माने जो सिंबल दउचंती, जो क्रेडिट रेटिंग स्टेटस गोटे दउचंती, से गोटिए इंडिकेशन नु मु जानि दे पाबी the viability of the investment as well as the repaying capacity of the company. Suppose गोटे कंपनी देला माइनस रेटिंग, ता माने जदियो से पब्लिक रो पैसा नउची किन तार माइनस रेटिंग अछि, ता माने देयर इज अ चांसेस दैट हम पाखरे पैसा हमें पाई न पारी. So if it is a plus rating, oh, we feel okay, chalo, ठीक है, some extent it is chef. So it is a symbolic grade given to an organization ability to pay back the loan which he has raised from the market with the help of financial position of individual or organization. So by combining credit and rating, these two words, one can find out the meaning of credit rating, which is concerned with an act of assigning symbolic grade or values by estimating financial position, ये जो फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन को सही क्रेडिट रेटिंग एजेंसी माने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन माने they used to check vividly, analyze, interpret and accordingly समानता को दउचंती आ पाखरे क्रेडिट वर्डिनेस अछि. हमर जेते नैक वाला आछंती, विभिन्न यूनिवर्सिटी को आछंती, विभिन्न कॉलेज को जाउचंती, they used to give the rating. कोन देखुचंती, समान देखुचंती एटी पाठ पढा भलो होची कि नाही, एटी रिसर्च होची कि नाही, बहुत जिंस चेक करा होची. चेक कराई कि समानता को दउचंती A ଦଉଛନ୍ତି A plus ଦଉଛନ୍ତି A plus plus ଦଉଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ rating symbols ଅଛି ଏଇ symbols ରୁ ଆମେ ଜାଣି ଦେଇ ପାରିବା ଯେ quality of teaching or quality of education କଣ ଅଛି. Friends, we will be discussing the same symbols and other things in the form of our discussion that speaks about the credit worthiness and repaying capacity of the company. Let's discuss what are the objectives of credit rating. It aims to provide superior information to investor at a lower cost. Superior information. What does it mean? That means they analyze, interpret the financial position. They analyze and interpret and estimate also the financial position of the company, as well as the repayment capacity of the company. They also disclose the solvency status, liquidity status, which indicates the ability or capacity of the issuer. जो company issue करची तारो ability or capacity को about the repayment of loans raised from the public or from the market. So friends, what we understood is mostly on the debt market, that loan or bonds which is being issued, which is very crucial for us because we expect that there should be fixed rate of interest. I would a बहुत important point होची company loss करू कि profit करू, he is compelled to give the interest. बाध्य दवा पे आउ जेतोले मैच्योरिटी डेट आसीबो ताको हमको रिडेम्पशन डेट आसीबो सेतोले से प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट फेरे मैच्योरिटी अमाउंट फेरे बैंक रे मु रखुची पैसा रखुची बैंक इज लायबल टू पे द इंटरेस्ट as well as the principal amount on the date of maturity. जदी से देई परिवनी सरी लागत. So that is a matter of concern. I know when I was doing my when I did my my MBA from Utkal University, there that time I did a project. I did a project on non-banking finance companies. Specifically, mostly on the fixed deposit mobilization or NBSs. Say time there are around 4,000, more than 4,000 NBFCs. Now it has come down to 1,000, more than 1,000. So more than 4,000 companies, 90s kotha mu kohuchi. More than 4,000 companies samane se tawale NBFC form re fixed deposit mobilization korthili. I have seen in Bhubaneswar also there are quite a good number of companies saman sabu eti run korthile. Reputed company, Lloyd's thila, Prudential thila, both reputed companies fixed deposit mobilization kortile. And that time I still remember they used to give interest of 12%, 13%, even 15% also, right? Of course, setavale bank ro interest rate I still remember. Mo IDBI de setavale gote korithili, setavale thila. This is what I am saying in the year 2000. IDBI got a fixed deposit कराइटला सेतोळे थिला 10.5% fixed deposit interest rate. वर्तमान तो inflation न हेलानी 6.5 and bank से अनुसार ताका rate को भी कम इधर. So this is very important. This is not important for equity. कारण equity profit हो loss हो bank the company देला न देला किसी matter करें. But so far as debt instruments is concerned, सिद्धो बाकू बाध्य सेइतपई ताकू गोटे credit rating analysis करेया पड़िबो. So it provides superior information to the investor at a lower cost, provide a sound basis for proper risk return structure, right? So the credit rating agency, they estimate, they analyze the financial position, solvency position, liquidity position, ability and capacity of repayment, loan disbursement, जो दौची ताकू repayment करिवारो raise करची जोटा ताकू repayment करिवारो तर capacity अच्छी कि नहीं, those things we used to check through the credit rating. Subject borrowers to a healthy disciplines, right? Healthy disciplines is a matter of concern so far as rating is concerned. This also assists in the framing of public policy guidelines on institutional investment. So credit rating in financial services represent an exercise in faith building faith. When I look at the A plus or triple A plus rating, this is a faith. They generate who? The credit rating agencies on behalf of the companies to the general public. Vaya, if you are investing money, your money is safe, because I have already gone through the details, financial positions and other credit worthiness of the company, and I certify with triple A plus rating. So it's a faith. They create a faith. They build a faith for what? For the development of a healthy financial system. Healthy financial system. Healthy financial system means what? That there is no such ambiguity, no confusion in the. It should be there in the mind of the person who is raising the fund, as well as the repayment capacity. Right. Now, friends, look at the benefits of the credit rating. So far as the investors are concerned, the rating of debt instruments offer benefits to the interested parties, such as investors, issuers, and intermediary agencies like broker, etc. These benefits are number one, safeguard against bankruptcy, right? Insolvency, bankruptcy, bankrupt हो गला तो company. हम तो जानी परियानी से कौन कला से डेट केमती मैनेज करची, राइट? एबे 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 किस दिन तळे गोटे न्यूज आसला, सेबी आईएलएफएस को 2 वर्ष पई बैन कर देछि। बहुत बड़ा न्यूज ता, ए छोटिया संस्था नुह। आई हैव सीन देयर बॉम्बे ऑफिस। ओ बाबा, विराट विराट ऑफिस गुडा सो विराट विराट ता जेती प्रॉपर्टी अछि, बट समथिंग इट वाज हैपेंड विथ दैट। सो आज बिकॉज़ the authority is there, the he has banned for 2 years. आपण माने कार्वी स्टोरी भी जानी थे। मझिरे एचडीएफसी बैंक कर क्रेडिट कार्ड इश्यू को रिजर्व बैंक बैन करथिला, एबे अब सब फोन खोल देलेनी समान। So there are certain provisions are there to protect, to safeguard the interest, right? Then recognition of risk. आपण माने पढुथिबे risk return calculations केमति करा होची, right? We used to use certain formulas, standard deviation, variance analysis, beta analysis, बहुत गुडा आपण पढुथिबे SPM paper रे आपण पढुथिबे how to calculate the risk and how to calculate the return. Technically we consider there are two types business risk or the financial risk which can be considered. Then comes the credibility of issuer. Yes, credibility of the issuer. देई परिबो तो पैसा फेरेइबो तो. Then rating facilitate quick investment decision. I don't have to look at any other aspect. मत आउ कुछ देखा दरकार नहीं, से बैलेंस शीट को पढ़िया दरकार नहीं, who are the promoters ताकू भी जानिया दरकार नहीं, कौन तार EBITDA रेशियो अछि, कौन तार PE रेशियो अछि, एते मोर ज्ञान नहीं, फाइनेंस लोक को मुन हुआ. So I'm a जनता, मो पर पैसा अछि, मैं इन्वेस्ट करे. So I can quickly take a decision whether I should invest or not by looking at the rating. No need to depend on investment advisor or professionals. I don't have to go to any of the advisors, brokers, right? Financial consultant, भैया बता दे क्या करेंगे, what should I do, where should I invest money? Mostly when we go for equity and all this, demat account, Axis Direct, ICICI Direct, Zerodha, they conduct so many conferences, investor awareness programs also. So we also take the help of the professionals. भैया बता दे where should I invest? आमे जाई कि देखुचु राकेश झुनझुनवाला को वीडियो को देखुचु, आपण जे देखिरांती देखिवे टिके बसिकी आ जने चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट अछंती, आपण देखिवे रचना रानदे, केतळे फ्री टाइम पाइले देखिवे रचना रानदे भल जियोटे, इज ए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, बढ़िया एनालिसिस, छोट छोट एनालिसिस. Of course that's for fundamental only, not for taking decision to invest, but upon ko gote vivid idea, gote basic idea, conceptual clarity asijiba, so you can check those things also. Choice of investment, so whether I should go for equity, I should go for debt, where should I invest money, that can be very easier way to get it. Benefit of rating surveillances, right? Because the analysis and all these interpretations are being going to done by the credit rating agencies. This is all details are there for your purpose only. I put it all the details so that as and when there is a requirement, you can go to the details of this. Then benefit of credit rating issuer companies. Friends, a company which has obtained a credit rating from a rating agencies for its issue of debt security enjoys various advantages. What are these? Lower cost of borrowings, right? Because it has been analyzed and interpreted. Wider audience for borrowings. People would like to invest. More people would like to invest because of credit rating. Rating as a marketing tool. You can say to the public, yeah, I'm a AAA plus rating holders. So you are safe. My company speaks about a strong, financial stability company. A self-discipline by companies, right? That is what is self-explanatory. Reduction of cost in public issues. So whatever money we are going to spend, that will be more valuable when I go for public issues or equity investment. This is a motivation for the growth and development of the company. So far as financial intermediaries also, they used to get the benefit. So far as the brokers and all, they also take the benefit through this credit rating. Then other benefits like identification of strength and weaknesses of the issuer companies. So particular short analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat. So that also you can identify about the issuer companies, their strength, their weaknesses, that also you can find out. Liquidity and marketability of debt security, and it also has a positive impact on the capital market. There are few limitations also. There are few limitations. What are these? Bias rating and misrepresentations, right? Many a times we check that even though ratings are there, we should not be biased, right? These are few limitations. Sometimes we need to check the credibility of the company also. Static study, rating thare challe se challa. Concealment or suppression of material information. Once I mark A or AAA plus, other things are going to be suppressed or concealment. Rating is no guarantee for soundness of the company. That this part of that, there is a possibility of downgraded of this company status also, because we never expect that after 1 year, after 2 years, after 5 years, what is going to happen. What we are going to do, we are studying the present status and analyzing, and these are the possibility we have seen. The possibility also we have seen in the market that is reasonably happens. So we need to be very careful about that. Now we'll come to the process. What are the process we need to follow? That's very important. Con process per day. So this credit rating process starts with the business profile. Business profile. The analyst would first understand the business profile, the company's business profile, and its competitors. Key competitor also. The core products, कौन सी manufacturing करुछ. आपण एबे मु देखतिली गोटे webinar होतुला आकर SDFC mutual fund वालांकर. They are coming with a NFO. Say NFO ta exclusively it was on FMCG. FMCG ऊपर समाने गोटे आछंती बर्तन ताकर ये. तामाने specific to the product of this NFO. ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ last ଗୋଟେ କହୁଥିଲି ଯେ when we look at the infrastructure, if you are investing in infrastructure companies, तामाने तार related जो अच्छी सेमान केमती चलचंदल, so we can find out cement रो केमती होची, steel रो, iron रो. आपण last class रे कहूଥିଲି how these. So product is also, core product is also important. We need to check the revenue, the sales also, because from sales we are going to determine what is the market demand, and demand and supply can be analyzed. The number of employees working, what are the facilities, who are the clients, and details of the companies. That is what we speaks about the business profile. Second comes operating segments and industry standard. So these two are a broad segment of the company. One, suppose a company, suppose you got a suppose a pharma company, right? So a portfolio of suppose a generic drugs, one. Another would be modest product pipeline of original drugs. So that also we need to segmentation of this companies and industry standard we need to study operating segment and standards. Then comes the business risk. Okay, business risk has to be properly interpreted, and accordingly there is a trade-off is going to be analysis between risk and the return. So these rating agencies would look at each of its product segment and also see the kind of future portfolio. This is characterized by the type of their research and development and other expenses, training and development, to cover the factor, the sales from which the brand portfolio is going to be generated. See, we have seen many. Suppose if I take the example of the Bajaj scooter 70s, when they entered to the market, it was the only two-wheeler it was available. Subsequently, if you draw the PLC product line, product life cycle, then they lost their existence. Then the Vespa, Italy Piaggio company entered to the market. So that is the reason why we check what is the credibility and sellability of the product, and the risk factor also need to be analyzed and interpreted. So every companies in US, I was going through an article, they spend around 72% of their investment towards the research and development, because after 5 years or after 4 years the product is going to be obsolete or outdated, and I need to do a regular research, a regular upgradation of my skill, of my acceptance of my product. Company we have seen many companies. Then comes the historical performance analysis. I'm just the Reliance ko ebe dekhuche, oh ko varshor se achi am tak kette jinsa study kar pariba, right? Am code jaan pariba by calculating the margin, the cash cycle, growth rate of revenue, balance sheet kette strength achi. 10 वर्ष 15 वर्ष 20 वर्ष आम बैलेंस शीट स्ट्रेंथ को एनालिसिस करिया, गोटे 2 वर्षिया कंपनी को एनालिसिस करिया, गोटे 15 वर्ष कंपनी को एनालिसिस करिया. So the historical financial performance is also another important factor to understood for the process. Then comes scale and margin compared to its peer group, right? So we always try to find out the EBITDA, we call EBITDA, earning before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. There is a technical things. I think this must have studied in leverage chapter in financial management. Seti apan padithibe EBITDA kemti analysis hochi, right? EBITDA kemti analysis hochi. Mu apan bi tike padhaithili jetale leasing padauthili kemti calculation hochi, operating lease and financial lease. Mu apan tike bi kahithili setire. So these are the certain scales or margin we need to be compared with its peer groups, right? That is also important. Who are the competitors and all that analysis has to be made, because cost effectiveness, it is a matter concern for the sustainability in the market. Then comes revenues and margin drives in the past and their sustainability, right? So this is also another important factor. The sales, what is the impact of sales, right? So the rating agencies would nevertheless drive a comfort from its leading position in its different segment. Taku dekhi semane kହୁଛନ୍ତି kete sales margin hochi and which drives in the past and its sustainability in the future. Cash flow generation capacity, right? There is a concept we call a company is the concept we call capex, right? Capital expenditure. हमको देखिए पड़ियो. The company's cash flow generation and stability are important parameters, right? So the company's cash flow must be enough to service its debt. Service its debt means principal as well as interest payment. 1, 2. We must be capable enough for the capital expenditure as well as the dividend payments. And that which had been a dividend equity wala bhi dividend. So the company with shareholders friendly policy like high dividend payout ratios would be less liked by credit agencies, as the creditors would rather like the free cash flows to be utilized for debt repayment than the dividends. सबुले कंपनी जदि कहबो मोर इक्विटी शेयरहोल्डर खुशी रहंतु सो डेट होल्डर वाला कम पे दे दो अरे बाबा हम इंटरेस्ट दे दे प्रिंसिपल को रखिता जेतले मैच्योरिटी होबो हमको दे देबो. Then comes balance sheet analysis and liquidity profile. Balance sheet analysis is most important. There we will get the financial stability of the company, right? How gote kon important jinsa हम पाइबा हमें सेठी कहूछु long term decision, long-term financing decision and short-term financing decision. In long-term financing decision, we check 3. 1 is investment decision, 2 is the financing decision, 3 is the payout decision, right? In short-term, we used to check the working capital management decision, inventory decision, cash management decision, debtor management decision, creditor management decision. All these things we used to analyze and interpret through the balance sheet. Then comes the financial ratios. Yes, the ratios, different ratios. Ratio analysis. Ratio analysis is a basic and it's very effective way of comparing companies within the same industry. आमे रेशियो को नहीं की यूज करके आमे गोटे काम करू आपण जते प्रोजेक्ट करिवे एटा आपण हेल्प करिवो इंटर एंड इंट्रा एनालिसिस, राइट? इंटर एंड इंट्रा एनालिसिस आमे करि परिबा. सपोज मु 5टा सेक्टर को नहीं की जदी आपण से स्टॉक फक रे जदी काम करूथवे 5टा स्टॉक को नहीं जदी एनालिसिस करूचंती कि 5टा कंपनी नौचंती कि 5टा सेक्टर नौचन. सपोज आपण नेले आईटी, एफएमसीजी, banking, retail, and the 4-5 sector nale. Each sector again you take 5 companies. Tanko bhitere kon relationship achi that you can study. Again each sector bhitere bhi hame study kari parba. So this ratio analysis helps us to understand and to understand how to compare the companies with and within the same industry groups. So there are different ratios, debt to equity ratio, EBITDA to interest expenses ratio. These are the certain ratios we used to find out and calculate about the credit worthiness. Then comes information to SEBI. Oh, he is the authority, right? We will check the credibility of the credit rating agencies, and there must be a surveillance and annual review. It's not that they do it for once. So amar jo NAC wala prati baso aschunti semane review korchon. Like that also the credit rating agencies also they used to do a periodic review. So they must kept all these companies under its surveillance and annual review must be there. Regulations of the credit rating agency in India. आपण माने सुनुचंती तो ना मु खाली कहि जाउची मु काहू देख पानु.
समझते
समझते सुनुचन.
Yes sir, we are listening.
Thank you very much. So sometimes it creates that mindset of a teacher, what I'm saying, what I'm speaking. So I am looking at all my external environment. I'm sitting over here. Anyway, that's not an issue. Our objective is academic excellences, skill development. Amar seita ko am jodi mantra kari naba am pragya sthita hoba darkar. We need to have a proper knowledge. समाज रे मु देखे भला भला गोटे कोटेशन आसे भगवत गीता हो फर्स्ट पेज रे अपन देखियो राइट हैंड सब कॉर्नर रे बढ़िया लगे छोट छोट जिंस गुडा आसे स्पिरिचुअल जिंस गुडा को आसे. एनीवे So that's not, this is not the forum to discuss. Regulation of credit rating agencies. So far as Indian context is concerned, the credit rating agencies are regulated by Security and Exchange Board of India, and the relevant regulations of SEBI can be examined on the registration of credit rating agencies, promoter of credit agencies, and their eligibility criteria. So SEBI is the authority to check the credibility of the credit rating agencies. Now we'll come to the profile of credit rating agencies in India. I mean, the details of darkar nahi ete apna ke nahi khali chote chote jinsh achi apna main thila process ta jota ame kochu methodology thila, that was main. So at present India there are 4 credit rating agencies which are which rate debt instrument as well as corporates. Corporate status ko I mean short re kahu CRISIL, ICRA and CARE and DCR. CRISIL, Credit Rating Information Services of India. Then ICRA, Investment Information and Credit Rating Agency of India Limited. Then CARE, Credit Analysis and Research Limited. There is a DAF, we call DAF and FEL Credit Rating India Private Limited. He actually has a foreign in credit rating agency, but they have started operating in India. So it means bracketry India like, but technically we consider there are 3: CRISIL, ICRA, CARE, DAF add. Okay. This individual credit rating agency further knowledge enhancement you can go for their websites, right? Even CRISIL, once I got a call. I think it was from CRISIL, yes. They also analyze the institutional, educational institutions. They used to give rating also. Samane bade se sector entry korchanti. Samane seguda ki study korchanti. But that's not an authentic. That authentic speaks about education. Ame NAC, MBA, data accreditation we consider very important. And UGC, AICT, of course, it is there because that is mandatory so to run the organization. These are few international credit rating agencies: Moody Investor Services US, Fitch Investor Services US, S&P called Standard and Poor US. That the S&P index samane amra porchandi. Then Canadian Bond Rating Services is from Canada. Thomson Bank Rating US, Japan Bond Rating Institutions Japan, Duff and Phil, that is a US-based company. They have also started operating in India with Indians. And one is IBCA Limited, it is United Kingdom. Mostly we talk about Moody, Fitch and S&P. Upon the CNBC आवाज रे अपन देखियो जतले समान तीनटा एनालिसिस को बहुत strongly recommend करंती Moody, Fitch and Standard and Poor. S&P को माने हमें बहुत interpretation to know possible calculation. Yes, this part is very important. हमें symbol कथा कोतले कौन से symbol अछि, right? Of course, मुखाली गोटे example पे अपन देछि. Different credit rating agency, they have got different type of symbols. Just for your understanding purpose only, I mentioned here it is a triple S, triple A, AAA. If I mark plus or minus, then it will be credit worthiness will increase. If it is a triple A, the highest credit worthiness supported by many excellent factors. हमने गोटे symbol को देख दिले हम जान लीजिए safety and security. Double A, very high. Tatu tikke kam. A, high. Tatu out tikke kam. Triple B, say answer. Next. Double B, next. B, next. Triple C. B upon the consular credit worthiness is questionable, and some factors require constant attention. Constant attention, monitoring darkar, koko factor so that we should invest. Then triple C, credit worthiness is highly questionable and a financial obligations of an issuer is likely to default. एमती कंपनी के ऑप्शन से सब से ट्रिपल ए डबल ए रे ऑप्शन नल तो से आसीबेनी जनरली पब्लिक. Then comes double C, all the financial obligations the issuers are likely to default. Then D, this rating and information agencies believe that all of the financial obligations of an issuer are in the default. So generally, just get triple A, double A, and A. Again, they are plus, triple A plus, right? Double A plus, A plus, BB plus, BB minus also. So I mentioned here, plus or minus symbol signifies may be appended to the categories from AA to CC2. So that speaks about the additional rating symbols. So this is for an exemplary point, but it varies. It's not constant for all. CRISIL, they are having different symbols. CARE, they are having different symbols, and ICRA also, they are having different symbols. This is for your understanding purpose, but you can check a website, it is available, what symbols they used to go. You can go to the individual credit rating agencies and you can find out the details of that. It's not there in the syllabus. Your syllabus speaks about only methodology and about the credit rating agencies. Shari, this is all about the credit rating. I made it a little bit faster with an expectation that I wanted to go to one more chapter because I don't have time to cover up. So is it okay or anything you'd like to ask me by the time chapter?
सर एक्चुअली जो कल आपण कहले कि प्रीवियस ईयर रो क्वेश्चन उडा देखिया पई के
हां आपण स्पेन सेहिटी अटकी चंदी नै परीक्षा 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 हां कोन
ना जब देखिले से क्रेडिट रेटिंग रो किछि क्वेश्चन आसुची
हां
से क्वेश्चन ही बुझा माने ओडा अछि मेथड अडॉप्ट बाय क्रेडिट रेटिंग एजेंसी
एटा पढिले बे मेथड
सर
गुडा पढिले नी
प्रोसेस जोडा मेथड जोडा देखिला एका कथा
हां एका एका जो बिजनेस प्रोफाइल ऑपरेटिंग सेगमेंटेशन ऑफ इंडस्ट्री बिजनेस रिस्क
और सर जो क्रेडिट
पढिले नी बैलेंस शीट ए वेरी आपनकर मेथोडोलॉजी कोन मेथड टू चेक द क्रेडिट वर्दीनेस ऑफ द कंपनी से तो
यस सर
मेथोडोलॉजी माने से त माने कोन प्रोसेस फॉलो करिवो क्रेडिट रेटिंग एजेंसी
यस सर आउट ऑफ द टाइप्स ऑफ क्रेडिट रेटिंग एजेंसी and how they adopt to the company operate to the company how they operate to the company
हां आपन पा पढैली सेटा ई क्रिसिल इक्रा एंड केयर समाने केमती करचंती इंडिपेंडेंटली हाउ दे यूज्ड टू मूव से दो प्रोसेस भितरे समाने केमती प्रोसेस करचंती तांकर रेटिंग गुडा
अच्छा ठीक है सर
हला
आज्ञा सर
आपनकर कोनोसी क्वेश्चन सिलेबस बाहर पड़िबन सिलेबस भीतर ही पड़िबो तने आपनकर सिलेबस जो देइची क्रेडिट रेटिंग तार आउ तार देची मेथोडोलॉजी तार भीतर ही से जे भी क्वेश्चन सेटर करूथबो से तार भीतर ही करिवो सिलेबस तो बाहर केबे जीवनी केबे हेले
ठीक है सर
ओके
आज्ञा सर थैंक यू
आउ किछि कहबे ना कर जीबी
ना नहीं सर
अच्छा I would like to spend few more times with another chapter that is what we call mergers and acquisitions, right? Mergers and acquisition. I'll not share the this my PPT because time is very short. Now it is 8:48, so hardly 10-12 minutes are left. I'll just discuss, and if you have, I'll share my PPT also. We'll discuss. So, friends, let me talk to the world of corporate restructuring, right? The corporate restructuring, as you know, the corporates have taken a momentum, right? Every day they restructure their process. Something is going on in the market, right? Some innovative things are going on the market. We need to sustain the sustainability. Otherwise, you know, dinosaur being a very powerful animal, very, very powerful animal, he lost his existence. Is not it? But you have seen the elephants, ants, and all the small animals, they are there with us. But dinosaur is lost his existence. Why? Because he is not in a position to adapt to the change management. Friend, change is constant its nature. And we need to adjust with that. We need to tune with the change, the demand, the current market needs, wants of my customer. The needs and wants are changing, friends. Day by day, you are changing, right? the international body they are now, we never thought that the time will come, the international yoga day will be followed. We never thought of, but it was long back. Now we are celebrating as a yoga day. So this is what a rotation now. The cyclic process, it is moved on. Like, I was talking to you, the operating cycle, the human life cycle, baby, infant, young, adult, old. If you believe on rebirth, then die again, you are back. So restructuring has taken a moment as a momentum. So in the process of restructuring, we need to create a value. Value ethics is a matter of concern, friends. Then question comes, the merger and acquisition is the present happenings with a corporate restructuring. Your syllabus demands a chapter called merger and acquisition. The question comes, why do mergers and acquisitions happen? Why? The basic is to create the value. What? Increased market power. We need to increase the market power. The financial benefits, accelerate growth. There are certain companies, they have come up. We cannot restrict our growth. So I have to go with the process by the nature. Baby, infant, young. I cannot be the same baby remain for 30 years, 40 years. No. I cannot be with a limited feature of only 10 crores, 5 crores, 20 crores or 100 crores. No. I need to make it 10 times higher. Accelerate my growth. I'm manufacturing with one. Now it is a multi-diversified field. It has come up. We never thought of, friends, that ITC will come up. ITC, the tobacco manufacturing company, will come up to manufacture, to enter to the world of FMCG market. Bingo, bingo. Bingo, bingo, ITC has. ITC, classmate. We never thought of that. ITC will come to manufacture the classmate notebook. So we cannot restrict, friends. We cannot restrict. We need to expand. And for that, the merger and acquisition is a matter of concern in everywhere. He would have border Musa, Choto Musa, Khailand, Choto Musa, Doriki Coach, Bhai, Border Musa, Tumatanej. Lot of things are going on in world also. We see a lot of things are going on. Tata, Chorus, so many things are there. Merger acquisition, recent, the banking sector. Lot of changes it has come in India. State Bank of India. I do have accounts. I started my account. State Bank of Hyderabad. Maroda account like Kotak Road branch. Now they are into one. State Bank of Hyderabad, State Bank of Bikaner, State Bank of Jaipur, State Bank of Kangana, that you combine into one state bank. It's good, single window, one operation, no need of going to anywhere. It enhances the profitability, friends. And also the most important is diversifying the risk. Right? So I'll share I have done a lot of work on that, merger and acquisition, and for the banking sector. I'll share the slides, you can check it. So a company intending to acquire another company may buy the assets or stocks or may combine with the latter. So acquisition of an organization is accomplished either through the process of merger or through the process of takeover. Right? I'll tell you one example. Centurion Bank of Punjab and HDFC Bank. Oh, this is a big. Centurion Bank of Punjab was doing good. HDFC also was doing good. Subsequently, they decide that one lost its existence. I'll tell you what are the different types of mergers are there. So, friends, when I talk about merger, it is a combination of two or more companies into a single company. It is a combination of two or more companies into a single company where one company survives and other loses their identity or a new company is formed. Right? So the survivor acquires the asset as well the liabilities of the merged company. X company to merge karnali, tar jo liability muneli, tar employees kuneli. So jo company merged with tar employee would have to get very hard. Mostly top level management, GMPM level, କାହିଁକିନା ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ସିଷ୍ଟମରେ କାମ କରୁଥିବେ, ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ସିଷ୍ଟମରେ ଆସି କାମ କଲା ବେଳକୁ ସେମାନେ ଟିକେ ଆକ୍ସେପ୍ଟାନ୍ସ ହୁଏନି। ମୋଷ୍ଟଲି ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ ଲୋକ ଚାକିରି ଛାଡ଼ି ଦିଅନ୍ତି, ନହେଲେ ବହୁତ ଟର୍ଚର କରନ୍ତି। So as a result of merger, if one company survives and the other loses its identity, the independent entity, it is also a case of absorption. But if a new company comes to existence because of merger, it is a process of amalgamation, right? Takeover or acquisition is the purchase by one company of a controlling interest in the share capital of another existing company. So friends, generally speaking, takeover means acquisition. A takeover occurs when the acquiring firms takes over the control of the target company, right? So we have seen many examples, takeover of Sawwales, Dunlop, Matthews, Hindustan Growers, Ashok Leyland by Hinduja. So acquisition may be defined as an act of acquiring effective control over assets or the management of company by another company without any combination of business. Mahindra and Mahindra Company Limited acquired 26% equity shares in Alwyn Nissan Limited. There are a number of examples we can find out, right? So, mergers and takeover commonly of different types. So one type is, if you look at the categories or type of merger, one is horizontal merger, vertical merger, conglomerate merger, co-generic merger, different types of there. I'll just speak few words on this. Horizontal merger speaks about a horizontal merger is one that takes place between two firms in the same line of business. Friends, remember, horizontal, in the same line of business, right? Same line of business. It's not others, right? Farmer to farmer, retail to retail, same line of business, right? Like Hindustan Levers with Tonko, Global Telecom Services with Atlas, GEC with the EEC. So the same line of business, and involves combination of asset and liability loans business of two or more companies, such that one of them survive. So one of them survived, others lost its existence. Right? This is what the merger. This is what we call a horizontal merger with the same line of business. Vertical merger. One of the company engaged in the manufacturing of a particular product, the other is established and expert in marketing of that product. I repeat, one is manufacturing, producing the product, X. Just a second. Okay, so this is what the concept, right? The vertical merger. Okay, vertical merger speaks about TV manufacturing. Suppose TV manufacturing. Somebody is doing assembly versus TV marketing company. Simply, there are so many things out there. Vertical merger say this so we can consider the oil manufacturing company, right? So one of the company is engaged in the manufacturing of a particular product, the other is established and expert in marketing of that product. Concept, suppose an oil company, one is exploring and production. He is merging with another oil company engaged in refining and marketing. जे explore करती production करती सी refining करनी की marketing करनी, both are different. But data जगह जब merge करी गले, this is a kind of vertical merger and the process with this activities. Okay. Then third is the co-generic merger. two businesses that serve the same consumer based in different way. Two businesses that serve the same consumer based in different way. Asla, give a call here. Okay, but he had given a call to me, right? You have his number, Susan. 90 wala. You call him. We continuously try because he must be here nearby. So two businesses that serve the same consumer base in different ways. What? The TV manufacturer and the cable manufacturer. TV manufacturer and cable manufacturer. Right? So what we call market extension merger. Two companies that sell the same product in different markets. Then product extension merger. Two companies selling different but related products in the same market. So this is what the concept of coexistence is. Right? Friends, time is very short to us. So this is what there are so many things are there in the merger acquisition. Is a very interesting chapter. The most part is what is the motive of intention of the merger. The purpose of merger is to avail operating income, to achieve accelerated growth, to take advantage of complementary resources, to speed up diversification, and to fight competitive threats, to widen market base, to strengthen the financial position, to avoid the tax shields, to utilize the surplus fund, to acquire competent management, to strengthen the controlling power. So these are the motive or the purpose of this concept of mergers and acquisitions, right? Friends, this is all about your mergers and acquisitions, and if possible, if time permits, we'll discuss in the offline class. Offline class, I hope we may not get much time. It's only 1 hour class. Let's see what best can be done that day. But this is, I will be sharing my PPTs of this merger and acquisition, go through the details of that. And with this, I wind up my session. And thank you very much for patience hearing to me. I wish you all the best and good.